Better Man. Better Man was the biopic for Robbie Williams. I can't tell you how many times I almost said Robin Williams.
I can't tell you how many comments I've seen about it online that say, oh, like, rest in peace to a legend. They're like, it's not Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the A-List edition.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you.
I had a couple ideas. That was my last resort. I had Good Morning podcast instead of Good.
It's okay. It's a fun one.
But I'll go with that.
Oh, good. All right. Yes. Welcome everybody to the A-List edition. Snowy day.
Yep.
Also, for everyone that has listened to episode 1 and episode 2, sorry for the delay. I know it was supposed to come on a Tuesday, came out on Wednesday. Had a lot of uploading issues.
Not only a few hours, honestly, different.
Yeah, almost 24 hours. It's fine.
No.
Yeah, it didn't upload till noon Wednesday.
Okay.
More like 8:30 Wednesday.
Yeah.
So 24 hours.
Oh,
roughly. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, point is thank you so much for everybody that was patient with us and dealing with all that. And also, this uploading thing and video thing is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be.
It's a process.
Yeah. So, forgive us while we're learning. If the audio sounds like crap again, because I know I had one coworker tell me that the audio in the second video was worse than the audio in the first one,
which we're aware of.
Well, trust me, we're learning. We might get different microphones eventually, or play with the settings on OBS,
which we have tried.
Right. So if anybody does actually know any audio stuff that can give me a hand, that'd be great.
Yeah, because we also tried, I think, with singular microphone, and it was still the echo. And all that.
So, we're using OBS. So if anybody understands, it's a free software. So if anybody can understand OBS a little bit better than me, or if anyone has worked with the Blue Yeti microphone before, let me know.
Cool.
So now we'll get into the actual episode.
I know.
All right. So the 3 movies we watched this week, which I know last week we only said there was 1 movie coming out. Yeah, we found out Wednesday that there was 3 total that was coming out.
Which we weren't sure that 2 of them were even coming to our area. They ended up to one theater.
Yeah, that is true. All right. So the first movie that came out and the first movie that we watched was Den of Thieves 2, Pantera.
Yep. Second one was Young Werther.
Yep. And then the third one was Better Man, which was the biopic by Robbie Williams. Cool. Yep. All right. So we'll do it in order of how we watched it.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you want to do it or do you want me to go first?
You go first for this one.
Sure. Yeah. Cool. All right. So Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. So to kind of prep for this movie, me and Cheyenne both watched Den of Thieves 1 again. Yeah. We didn't like Den of Thieves 1 that much. So Den of Thieves 1 I found was just for me, this is my opinion, the heist was really cool, but everything around the heist was not cool. It was kind of boring. It took a lot of exposition to get there. But and then when we watched Den of Thieves 2, was the almost exact opposite. The heist was all right, but the story was actually really cool. I actually really enjoyed the whole lead up to this one, by the way, not to spoil anything crazy, but is a diamond heist instead of the first one being a money heist. So the lead up to kind of figuring out all the details they needed for the heist was really cool. And the relationship between the 2 main characters was grown from the first one. I thought the lead up for the heist was really, really cool. And then the actual heist itself, a little lackluster, but I think the movie was pretty decent overall.
Yeah, I pretty much completely agree with that, because I thought this movie was funnier as well. There was a little bit more humor for sure for this one. And also, like Ricky said, the heist in this one wasn't as great. Comparing it to other heist movies, which we'll get into later, but comparing it to other ones we've seen, the heist was very lackluster. Mm-hmm. Acting was fine. I mean, Gerard Butler's kind of the same to me in any movie he's in. And then O'Shea Jackson Jr., I've only seen him, I think, in the 2 Den of Thieves.
Yeah. He's also been in other movies. I'm trying to remember what movies he's been in, but...
I don't know offhand. All I know is he's Ice Cube. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, he was in Straight Outta Compton.
I haven't seen it.
Fair. I haven't seen it either.
It's another movie we haven't seen.
But so I know O'Shea Jackson was great. I thought he did a great job. Gerard Butler does a great job, as always. And then I don't know much of the supporting cast's name, but they did a phenomenal job too. I thought all the surrounding cast around the main two did a good job at kind of creating a feel for the area, because it was this movie took place in Paris, right? Or in France.
In Nice, yeah.
So the people gave a good kind of feel for the culture there, but then also at the same time still being very serious or jokey or whatever, or however their character portrayed them. They did a good job. I don't know. I like this one. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it was like the best heist movie we've ever seen. And we'll probably get into different heist movies later. But this is a decent heist movie. My rating for this one, it would be a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Just because like it's better than I did enjoy it, but is there room to improve? Oh yeah. Like I think that there's definitely room to grow from this one if they decide to do a third The Thieves movie.
I don't know if they will. I can't see it, but I mean, who knows? It was only 6 years later, because a lot of sequels are a lot more distant in terms of release dates.
Not always. Like I know when we talked like the Spider-Man franchise with Tobey Maguire, 2 years.
Yeah, I know, but that's...
You're saying this movie in particular took a long time? No,
there's certain movies, I could say the opposite with like The Incredibles, but like certain movies take years to get a sequel.
I think it's just because they don't expect that it's going to do well, and then it does really well. Or what happens is they don't ever think that they're going to do a sequel for any of their movies, and then they're like, oh, well. Like Pixar in particular didn't do sequels apart from Toy Story 2.
Cars.
But they didn't do sequels for a lot of the movies until Cars 2, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, I guess we should just churn out sequels," and then that's what they did, right? They did.
Toy Story 2 came out before.
Yeah, that's the only one that was the exception, though. But apart from that, they didn't do Toy Story 3 till much later.
Yeah, see, that's my point.
No, but I'm saying Pixar is the only one that does that, where it's like super later, right? Apart from Den of Thieves 2, it's pretty. Usually a couple years later.
Yeah. I don't know.
What was your rating? Sorry,
you haven't done one yet.
Cool.
Hey.
All right.
No, I'd probably give it like a 6 too. I felt the first one felt really long and a little drawn out. This one felt the runtime and not dragging it out. So the woman in it was really good too. I thought she did pretty good. The main one. Anyway. Beside the point, Gerard Butler was Gerard Butler. O'Shea was like his first movie in Den of Thieves. So yeah, it just kind of left me like meh. So 6 at the highest for me for Den of Thieves 2, Ventura.
I just remember what O'Shea Jackson was also in. He's also in Obi-Wan, the show.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, he has a couple. I think he's an episode.
Not recurring.
Not in the show. I think he's in like if there's 6 episodes that season, I think he's in episode 4 or 5.
Just like 1 episode, though.
2 episodes.
Oh.
That's it. Then he's not.
I try to remember when he was. Anyway, I'll have to rewatch, which also love that show.
Cool.
All right, next is Young Werther.
Werther.
This one, for me, I went in, like, we saw the trailer, and the trailer looks cute and, like, heartwarming, but we knew we had to watch it. I was just like, if this was a no podcast type vibe, we would not have even given it the time of day.
Absolutely.
So I was like, I know we're going to see it, but I'm not really that looking forward to it. And I will say wholeheartedly, I was very wrong. I really, really liked it. And I think we realized, or at least that I am, way more into rom-coms than I originally thought, because the first episode alone in my top 5 is The Fall Guy. And then we also saw The Lost City, which was Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock.
Yep.
We loved that.
Yep.
So you're kind of like rom-com-esque too.
Well, that's what we said right after that movie ended. I think we were both like, oh, rom-coms are actually not that bad. But then again, I think we were also tainted by like the 90s and early 2000s.
Well, yeah.
Rom-coms.
Or like 2 Weeks Notice was cute, but that was too great. I mean, it's in every romance.
This podcast has definitely already taught us in the 3 episodes we've done that our expectations of movies are a lot lower sometimes, and
but
also a lot higher in other times.
But anyway, getting back to the movie.
Don't worry, we can do 10. That's the point of the podcast. Anyway,
the Douglas Booth, who plays Werther, thought he was perfect for that role.
Yeah, I don't know who else they could have casted for Young Werther.
So during, when we finished seeing the movie, which we saw it in the middle of a snowstorm, I should also mention.
Yep.
A nice good blizzard, which driving like a half hour, which took more like what? I think it took a solid half hour. Usually we crank it out like 20 probably, but yeah, it took longer because it was a really bad snowstorm when we saw it.
Only ones in the theater.
Yeah, only ones in the theater as well. That was also interesting. But yeah, no, it was very cute. I really liked the story. It gave me vibes of My Best Friend's Wedding. Also, in that kind of similar storyline.
Yep.
So with Douglas Booth, the one thing after we saw the movie, I told Ricky was that his jawline reminded me a lot of Buzz Lightyear.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So at least in this movie, his jawline is like not so much chiseled, but it's definitely giving Buzz Lightyear to me. It's just a fun little quirk. Another cool thing I really liked was it is a Canadian-based film, so the entire thing's filmed in Toronto, which is so cool. And this isn't really spoilers. They go for gelato in the movie.
Yep.
And the place where they go for gelato is an actual gelato place in Toronto. So there's little things like that and like Union Stations in there.
Yeah.
It's just really cool to see all the places in Toronto. So we're like, oh, this place, we know this place.
Well, the movie opens up on the front steps of Union Station.
Union Station. It's so cool.
Yeah, so that was really cool because I think that was the first thing I did. Like, oh, look, that's Union Station.
Yeah. So, and it is also based on a 1700s novel called The Sorrows of Young Werther, which I haven't read yet. I did order it, so I'm waiting to read it.
It's
I forget who the author is, Johann something I want to say, but
I'll put it more.
Anyway, I also really liked the intro of the movie. The intro has like a couple little lines that talks about like how this movie is like similar to something else. And it's just really quirky. Alison Pill, I haven't seen her in a heck of a lot of stuff. But in this movie, I thought she did well. I wasn't like complaining. And I also thought it was really interesting in the movie. It's, her fiance is the guy from Suits.
The one that's hosting the podcast with, I know his character's name is, her character name is Donna in the show. I can't remember his name.
Anyway, he has facial hair in this though, but he looks the same. Yeah, so I really, really enjoyed this movie. He has a best friend that's really good. Everything about it for me was really quirky. At one point, I was a little ticked with how it was going, but it went how it should have gone. So that was just me being petty.
Yeah, Cheyenne and the ending were not friends.
Yeah, but if you've seen My Best Friend's Wedding, you'll know it's just that I have the same reaction to that ending as I did to this ending.
Well, Cheyenne also told me that the ending's just similar, but she also said that the ending in, what's the movie called?
My Best Friend's Wedding, which he has not seen.
No, I haven't. She said the ending in that one is a lot more like gut wrenching than it.
Like a lot more like, oh, I really didn't want that ending. Whereas this one, like, okay, I can tolerate it because it kind of redeemed itself a little bit for me at the very, very end with something Werther does. But yeah, for me, loved it. I won't give my rating yet. I'd rather you.
Yeah, well, thanks, Lars. I'm not percent. Yeah. So Young Werther, I wholeheartedly didn't think this movie was going to be any good. I thought it was going to be boring as fuck. I thought it was going to be a movie that was kind of like a drag to go through.
Yeah.
And I was wrong. Truthfully, I was wrong. I thought it was going to be, I thought it was going to be a lot more entertaining. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was going to be a lot more, I thought it was going to be a lot less entertaining. And I thought it was going to be just something that like, it was going to be a movie that was going to be easy, like 3 out of 10. But no, it was, the Werther was fascinating. Werther's personality was very fascinating.
His take on life is very interesting.
Yeah, very like toxically positive, right?
I said kind of,
yeah. And then his friend was very goofy, and I liked his friend, like the German friend, Paul. And then
her best friend was good too.
Oh, Cece.
No, Sissy is the sister.
But her friend,
I forget her name. Yeah, Amrit Kaur.
That's the actress.
That's the actress.
Yeah. All the characters were really good, and they were very like unique to situations, and it was very like it's very cool because this movie I felt was very realistic. Like I can see a couple going through this, and then up until the part like the end, I thought it truly felt like something that could actually happen in the real world.
Oh yeah, even the end though, I could see.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Again, no spoilers. I think I can see it in the end.
Point of the matter is, I thought this movie was interesting and fun and a lot more entertaining than I thought it was going to be. And I thought that the rom-com genre has surprised me now more often
Yeah.
than I expected. Like, even when we talked about Baby Girl, I thought Baby Girl was going to be boring as fuck, and it was a lot more interesting.
Yeah, no, I loved it. For Young Werther,
Both of them.
rating wise, I would give it's on the high end for me for Young Werther. I'm gonna give it a 9, a solid 9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really, and
Folks.
this is where they're getting.
Yeah, it's way too high on my list.
Okay, then if
you're saying
realistic, I could say like 8.8, but
8. Yeah.
I'll round up.
All right, mine was going to
We
be.
don't have a penny.
Mine was going to be a 6.5, 7.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. Yep.
That's a lot of crap.
I thought it was good.
No,
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I thought it was a good
Yeah,
movie.
you're entitled to your opinion.
No, it's not wrong.
Should we?
But no. I honestly, I don't know. I just maybe expected a little more from it. Maybe in terms of
Like fireworks or
No, I didn't know. I'm also not expecting a gun shoot in the middle of the thing. No, I'm like, I guess in particular, my only critique of the movie is just that it wasn't, not action. Action is like the wrong word, but maybe I just wanted more for the couple to do.
That was kind of the essence of the movie. The more for the couple.
No, not. Sorry, we're trying not to spoil this movie. So you're Werther and
Charlotte.
thank you. I wanted them to do something more, not thrilling, but not like death defying. Like there's a section of the movie where they go through their like escapades together, but it's not like Lost
City and it's not like Fall Guy.
No, but I'm not actually for action. Like, okay, I'll compare this to the other, like, not really a rom-com, but when we watched Baby Girl last week, Baby Girl was more intriguing than this movie.
So,
but I know that the different context, right? Because the first one was a sex adventure. This one being more just like romantic fling. But I don't know. Like, I think I just wanted something a little bit more thrilling for the main characters. That was it.
Okay.
Personal opinion. But so mine would probably be 6.5, 7.
What's that? Wow. So you're kind of sailing on the 6.
No, 6 was Den of Thieves. Den of Thieves doesn't deserve higher than the 6.
No, none at all.
But I think the Young Werther, there's things about Young Werther that could have been better. Mind you, I know it's a book from the 1700s,
but it's obviously not.
It's a modernized version of that
based
book.
On.
Yeah. So I know that it's that, and I know that the story you can't really like play with too much, right?
Obviously not with phones and
right, of course, yeah. Originals. But I don't know. I just expected more in certain parts of the movie.
Yeah. Okay. Good enough.
All right.
Last one, and we just saw it hours ago.
Literally hours ago. Was
Better Man.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I was blanking so hard today. Better Man. Better Man was the biopic for Robbie Williams. I can't tell you how many times I almost said Robin Williams.
I can't tell you how many comments I've seen about it online that say, "Oh, like rest in peace to a legend." They're like, "It's not Robin Williams, it's Robbie
Williams." Or Robert. As we found out in the movie, it was Robert Williams. Brilliant movie.
My God.
So.
Yeah, you give me your take on it.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. So I thought this was going to be another biopic. That the only gimmick to this, and I truly thought it was a gimmick at first, not before watching the movie. Thought it was a gimmick that they were doing the monkey as the main character, because I thought it was just going to be like, it's just going to be your stereotypical biopic with a singer that I didn't know very well, who is using the monkey just to draw people into the theater, which I know it kind of still is, but yeah, I just wasn't excited for this movie. I truly was like, this is going to be a boring movie. I thought it was going to be more exciting than Young Werther, but I thought it was going to be worse than Den of Thieves.
Well, so don't forget, you had read something or watched something about the reason it was a monkey. I also found something up today that he's always said he hasn't fully evolved yet in life.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Hence the monkey.
Cool.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, the one thing that Cheyenne was talking about was in the Graham Norton show, he had mentioned that the producers and him talked about a way to keep this movie, like give this movie a spotlight, and they knew they had to do a twist of the typical biopic. So, like, for example, the other two that I immediately thought of was Rocket Man, and Bohemian Rhapsody, there isn't a gimmick with those, right? Those are, this is Freddie Mercury's biopic, and it's played by an actor to look like Freddie Mercury the whole bit.
Everyone's Elton John.
Yeah, and the
like you don't even need to know the actors; you just know the legends.
Exactly, right? Like there isn't a gimmick with those. The only gimmick, I guess, would be in Elton John's. It's more like his mind playing the music versus it kind of naturally coming out in Bohemian Rhapsody. But this one, the gimmick was that the monkey, and the producer had asked him, what do you think is an animal that best represents you? And he was like, I don't know, a lion. And they're like, you're not really a lion. And so then he did. He's like, all right, I'm monkey. And he was like, oh yeah, we'll do monkey.
Yeah, just like I said, he says he hasn't fully evolved, so it makes sense if it's a monkey. But
anyway, so the movie I thought was amazing. I thought the singing was really good. The monkey played a good part in the story. I felt like kind of down and out the entire movie. I don't know. The monkey, I thought doesn't highlight anything. It's kind of just like a tool to tell the story, right? And it's not like you don't get hung up on the fact that this is it's weird that a monkey's playing the guy. It's like you
actually don't even really realize that it's a monkey.
That's what I was gonna say. Like at first you kind of go, that's a little weird, but then about like 3-4 minutes in, you're kind of like, oh yeah, I'm sold. I'm in. You're all in.
Yeah.
Yep. The actors and actresses that played all of the parts, I don't think there's anybody crazy famous in this movie.
In the UK, they're more famous for sure.
Okay, so then I apologize. So apart from the UK actors that I don't recognize, everyone played their part beautifully.
Like the guy who played the dad is well known on like the BBC for something, and the one who played Nan, his grandmother, is also really famous from I believe it's a show. Cool. Currently now, I think.
So cool. Yeah, the Nan was perfect. Yeah. The dad was perfect. The mom, great. I honestly don't think there was a single person that played a character or played a person in real life that did a bad job.
No.
All the singing was really well done. Like apart from even just Robbie singing, the woman that plays is Natalie. Nicole. Sorry, I'm really bad with names.
And Nicole Appleton from All Saints.
Yeah. So the woman that plays Nicole did a beautiful job singing, if that's her singing voice. And even the dad, like I know that he wasn't like a phenomenal singer I don't think he is a phenomenal singer in real life. He did a great job. Yeah, I don't know. I think this movie just exceeded all expectation in terms of the one scene even too, where there's one scene where it happens in a street in London.
That's what I was going to mention. Yeah.
Oh gosh, that scene is unbelievable. That just jaw-dropping scene. And I'll let Cheyenne talk so that way I don't take all of her talking points.
Okay, I think you already did. So anyway, no, I have the way I say it's different anyway. So no, I already knew of Robbie Williams. All my background's the British stuff anyway, so I already like listening to British music. But there were a couple songs I knew before going in, and the one I didn't realize was him was Angels. Yep. Which you had heard.
Yeah, that's the only song that I knew from him.
So the scene that you were talking about was when they filmed on Regent Street in London, and it was Rock DJ in the background. It was brilliant. And I had read a review somewhere online that choreograph-wise and all that, or choreography-wise, it's better than how Wicked did their choreography for certain scenes. And I actually really agree with that. And that's coming from me, who I really, really loved Wicked.
No, but I also agree with that too. Like I think me and Shane briefly talked about it in the car on the way back home today, and it was one of those things where we're like, you know what? You're not wrong. Like Wicked is really, really good in its musical aspect of it, but the thing that truly sets this movie apart even from Wicked is that it is so well choreographed, and then the music is so well in tune to the moment of every moment in that movie. The music is just perfect. It's used well, and it's just every scene works so seamlessly with the rest, and it makes you feel, it makes you cry, it makes you want to sing in the whole bit.
Anyway, you're really bad at that.
What?
You just keep talking.
Sorry.
I mean, I get that the rest of the podcast, the dude's looking for kickoff.
I'm so sorry.
Cool, it's okay. I'm actually trying to think of stuff, but yeah, like you said too, comparing it with Rocketman and Bohemian Rhapsody, I really liked this one. The monkey actually helped. I thought it was definitely a fun take on it. And I will say the CGI on that monkey was amazing.
Oh,
like they did a really good job considering there's moments when like the nan is bathing him as a child, and it's like it looks like she's just bathing a monkey, but like his head gets touched, he shaves it, like, and it's just all very, very, very good for being not the like biggest movie of the year. But it has been getting a lot of good reviews. I know on Rotten Tomatoes, their tomato meter gave it a 90%, whereas like Young Werther got a 61. So
my 6.5 is not crazy. I mean, not that we agree with the tomato meter all the time, because the tomato meter is very, very much hit or miss.
Yeah. Anyway.
I didn't go on a tangent.
No,
you were just saying something.
No, it's okay. On the way home, I was looking up facts about Robbie Williams, and it's amazing how many awards he's won from many like singles have chopped the charts.
Top the charts.
Chopped the charts. Have topped the charts. And yeah, his music's great. His voice is fantastic. Even for re-recording for the movie. And the actors and actresses, yeah, like I said, the couple, the older ones, so the dad and the grandmother for sure are fairly well known. The mom and like best friend and all the people in it, I don't really know otherwise. But I really, really enjoyed it. I would see it again. The only thing I'll say is it's 2.5 hours. I understand why it is, because there's a lot of info to fill in.
Yeah.
But for being, so we're in Canada. I guess in Canada and America, he's not as well known by any stretch of the imagination than the UK. So it just felt a little long because I'm like, okay, well, we don't know him as well as Freddie Mercury, but I still really enjoyed it. Yeah.
So my only thing that I disagree with you is the length, actually.
The what?
The length. Because I was like, I don't know this guy. And I truly, hands up, did not think I was going to give a crap about this person.
I already was excited.
No, you were, but I had no idea who this person was. And so 2.5 hours, I feel like, oh man, I know this guy. And I want to listen to more of his song, get to know him, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. The 2.5 hours didn't bother me.
So that's what I'm saying. I get why it was that long. I just felt at moments, I was like, oh, is this the end of it? And it wasn't. So it wasn't that I was irritated or like bored. It just felt long. But not necessarily in a bad way. It just felt long. It's like point blank.
All right. So my rating for this one is going to be, I'll do 9. Fuck it.
Okay, I thought you were going the way you're like. Ugh, I was like, oh, is he going to go lower?
I was debating honestly between 8.5 and a 9, but like no, a 9. I think this movie was phenomenal.
I'm going to give it a 9. Yeah. The last 2 of the 3 movies, I would easily give a 9. So yeah, but they're different, very, very.
I don't have that much love for Young Werther as much as you do, but I totally felt like this movie gave me all of the emotion and the drive and the now curiosity to find more about this guy. And yeah, I just think this movie really, really does deserve all the praise it should get.
Yeah, I'm glad it's getting as much variety as it's getting. And apparently the dance scene with Rock DJ went viral, either prior to the movie or right as the movie came out.
Good, because that movie deserves it.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. Really, really liked it.
Yeah, so quick recap. Dennis Thieves 2, if you like heist movies, and we're going to get into heist movies in a minute, but if you like heist movies, you'll enjoy this movie. I think you'll really like it. The heist is lit, but yeah.
Yeah. And then Young Werther, another good rom-com. I think I liked it because it felt so like indie at that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because like Lisa Frankenstein, same essence to me, but a different ending, obviously. So yeah, rom-com wise, it's very quirky and very great.
Yeah. So I guess if you like rom-coms or you like tragic love, I think it's what I almost butchered on our Popcorn Schlock.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you like that kind of story, you'll like Young Werther. And then if you like biopics, absolutely.
It doesn't matter what kind of biopic. You like a biopic, it's kind of similar to like A Complete Unknown.
Yeah.
Like if you like a biopic just to like music, go see it.
Yeah. Well,
really go see it.
Yeah. The other part I was going to say was if you have an affinity for music, or if you particularly like British invasion kind of this isn't British invasion, but British type of music, you'll absolutely love this.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. The last two I really enjoyed. Genesis, I didn't like it as much.
Yeah, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, for the second half of our podcast, we're going to talk about heist movies, guys, because what we're trying to do is every podcast that we talk about movies, this being the first one that we find is unscripted, we're going to just talk about one of the movies that we liked, and then we'll talk about something about that. Yeah. So the heist movies. So as you know, my favorite movie is Inception, and so Inception is my favorite heist movie. It being absolutely.
Oh,
they're stealing information from other people's dreams.
Sorry,
using dreams.
The last thing in my brain is a heist when I think of Inception. That's why.
That's fair. But then, then there's movies that I like. Okay, what is your favorite heist movie? We'll go that way.
The one that I had notes for.
Cool.
Which would definitely be Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11.
Well, the whole series is great. Even the new one with
Ocean's 8.
Ocean's 8, yeah. The Ocean's 11 is so good because the heist is great, but it's how you get to find out about the heist and the results of the heist are great. It's funny because I was going to write some notes about the movies we saw, and I was like, I just have off the cuff. There's only one note, and I don't even need to look at it to know what it was. But I just have one line, and it was the scene at the very end at the Bellagio fountain is one of my all-time favorite movie scenes. I love it because I don't know if it's Claire de Lune, that song that plays in the background. I get it mixed up with one other, but there's a classical song that plays in the background, and it's just watching the guys stand there admiring the fountain.
I think it is Claire de Lune.
Yeah. You know what they're thinking, but I just love how one by one they just disband.
Yeah.
And it's just it's not the end in the movie, but
it's pretty damn close.
It's one main ending of the movie, and I love it. That's the one thing I really, really love. And the actors. Are you kidding me?
Okay, let's talk about the cast of that movie. You got Matt Damon, you got George Clooney, you got Brad Pitt, Don Cheadle,
Casey Affleck.
Yep. There's more.
Scott Conn,
Julia Roberts. There's so many more guys. I think not whatever. Well, I'll list any.
But those are the main.
But there's so many people in this movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Bernie Mac. We forgot Bernie Mac.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man.
Can't forget, honestly, because there's so many.
Right, but it's not only that there is a lot of famous people, because realistically, if you look at movies that have come out in the past, there have been a lot of movies that have a lot of people, really good people in it. Even if we talk about Into the Woods, for example, but in those movies, a lot of movies with a lot of people aren't good.
No,
this one utilizes everyone perfectly.
Yeah, I think. But when we finished rewatching Ocean's 11, I told Ricky too. I'm like, maybe that's why I put Wolves as one of my favorites. It's because of George Clooney and Brad Pitt. Just put them two together, and I'll watch it, no problem. Yeah. I'm trying to think some other good heist movies.
One of my favorites, it's totally a comedy. It's not.
Oh, I can guess.
Is Tower Heist. I love Tower Heist.
So I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I remember not enjoying it as much as you did.
I really liked it.
I like Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, it's definitely more comedic. But one of my all-time favorite movies, The Heist, that I don't have a tattoo of. I say yet, just in case, but it's Hell or High Water.
I know. Phenomenal.
Chris Pine, Jeff Bridges. I know there's a couple other people that are notable in this, but it is so good. Oh my gosh, Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul.
And then a famous Indigenous actor as well in it. He's fantastic.
He's in Yellowstone. I'll put his name in.
Anyway, that's one of my all-time favorite movies. It just all about it. It's not necessarily the heist I like about it too, because that's the thing. The heist is there throughout most of the movie. It's the essence of the characters in the story of finding the criminals that I love so much about it. So that one I loved.
Well, it's kind of like Den of Thieves 2, right? Where we like everything about the movie. The heist was meh.
Yeah, but I didn't hate the heist.
No. I'm just
multiple heists stuff too.
I know. I'm just using that as an example as to go out, right? Other heist movies, we talked about Den of Thieves a little bit.
There's The Town. Like Ben
Oh
Affleck.
yeah, the
That's a
talent.
good one. Italian Job's a really good one.
Sorry guys, I have the Google up to look just to kind of show other movies that we've seen. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I've seen Italian Job, the newer one though. I haven't seen the older one.
Old one.
Yeah, there's an older one.
Wait, is that the one with? Is it Matt Damon?
No, like there's Edward Norton's in it.
Is there one with Matt Damon?
Not Italian Job.
Oh, I must be thinking.
Oh, you're thinking of Mark Wahlberg.
Is he in it?
Yeah.
Okay, so heads up, I get Mark Wahlberg and Matt Damon mixed up all the time. I think they look a lot alike. Ricky doesn't, and most people don't. That's just a me thing. But it's like doppelgangers out the wazoo for certain people. Not one just automatically. And I know Matt Damon is the one in The Martian, but some of the people, I'm like, oh, okay. I just think they look alike. So that one,
I think that's also a common one though, because ever since
yeah,
I think
so.
a lot of people
Some people very much disagree.
but I genuinely don't see it.
Yeah, that's fun.
One of my favorite heist movies, apart from Inception, is Inside Man, which is the one with Denzel Washington,
I know, I don't know.
Chiwetel Ejiofor,
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Willem Dafoe,
Yeah,
and the person I confuse with Gerard Butler all the time, Clive Owen.
yeah. I see it if Gerard shaved his face.
That's fair.
Yeah, like Clive Owen without, I do see a very obvious difference. Aside from him being facial hair, I just for some reason it changes his face.
Yeah,
But I do see how they look kind of alike.
but like I think Clive Owen in Inside Man does a really good job because it's one of those movies where premise for Inside Man is Clive Owen breaks into a bank and is keeping all the bank hostage, and they're trying to steal the money from the bank. And then Denzel Washington is a police investigator or like detective or negotiator. He's trying to get the hostages out and obviously take down the robbers and keep all the money in the bank. Right?
And funny enough, so there's two heists. It's a stretch with one of them, but it is still technically a heist movie. But the first one, Baby Driver.
Oh, yeah, we talked about Baby Driver.
And like Ansel Elgort, like Kevin Spacey.
Yep. And so I was Kevin Spacey, John Hamm,
a lot of good
Fox.
Yeah, a lot of notable people in that one too. And again, we love that. But also comedy wise, again, a little bit of a stretch. But Paul Blart Mall Cop.
How is that one a heist? Oh, because
it is.
Oh,
Here's
guess.
A heist-ish. Again, it's a stretch, but I like that movie.
Another movie that is on Google that I didn't even think of it as a heist movie, but it definitely is. Now You See Me.
Yeah, I was going to mention that one too.
Yeah, I love Now You See Me.
Yeah, I don't like the second one. I think it's pointless.
They're making the third one.
No.
Wait, Shringan is being very nasty about this series.
I'm not being nasty about it. I liked Isla Fisher in the first one. I don't remember the woman's name in the second one.
You don't prefer? You wish
I
they
don't
had
prefer her. Because I don't like her acting. I think she's very droll, and like that's her point. It's giving like Aubrey Plaza.
Even though Aubrey Plaza is a fine actress.
Yeah, I don't like Aubrey Plaza either, though. So sorry.
But yeah, but I think Now You See Me does a great job. The first one,
First one's fantastic.
everyone loves the first one.
I think that's why is because after seeing the first one, I like alone. I had such high expectations for the second one, so it wasn't as great as I wanted it to be. So I think that's why I was also kind of like,
yeah, but the second one is still good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the second Now You See Me is amazing, but it's still good. And there's still really cool scenes in that movie that show that obviously is the card trick in the bank vault is really cool. But like there's still, I think it's really cool.
So there was a movie that I thought was a heist. I don't remember, and it was Monuments Men.
Yeah.
With Brad Pitt. I don't remember if it's a heist or not, but
well, I mean, so it's like a historical heist kind of movie because it takes place in World War II. They're trying to take back the art that Hitler stole during World War II.
So yeah, art heist. And then Masterminds. I remember seeing.
I haven't seen this movie. Should I name this?
Jason Sudeikis, Owen Wilson, Kristen Wiig, and Zach Galifianakis. So all comedy.
Oh, I know of this movie.
Yeah, and it's Zach Galifianakis is hilarious, but it's him with like not a bowl cut, but like a really crappy haircut. It's just really funny to see too.
Like almost a Karen cut.
Kind of a Karen cut with a beard. A Marin. I'm trying to think of like a male version of Karen.
Right. What was the other movie?
I know you had mentioned Man on the Ledge.
Yeah, Man on the Ledge is cool. But I think Man of the Village is cool because it's
Has
same idea.
Sam Worthington in it.
Thank you.
Which Avatar. Hello.
Oh yeah, Cheyenne and Avatar. But no, Man of the Village is cool just based on like the art of like distraction is really cool in that. And so the idea of like, oh, Man of the Village is there, they're focusing on that while something else is totally different is happening. That's really cool. I know Cheyenne talked about the town earlier, but we didn't really talk about it. The town is phenomenal. I think
the town,
Jeremy Renner, Ben Affleck. There's more people I can't think of right now for whatever freaking reason.
That's okay.
We're really bad at remembering actors in movies, apparently.
I'm good at remembering more than you are, I think, with names more than faces. So one that came up on the list before that I saw and I completely forgot about because it deadass says Caper in the name. It's the Great Muppet Caper.
Oh, right.
Which is another diamond heist.
Yeah.
Enough. And my gosh, it's so cute. I love that movie. And it's from the 80s. And like all the good Muppet movies are from the 80s. But Great Muppet Caper is great. And it's also like semi-musical, which is great.
Yep.
But I'm hella biased when it comes to the Muppets. So Great Muppet Caper is another really good one and very cute. It's on Disney Plus as well. So check it out. It's really cute.
Yeah. And then obviously, I know technically a heist movie, but not for... So normally in heist movies, you kind of are rooting for the robbers to steal the money. Usually.
Right.
Like if we talk about Tower Heist or Inside Man.
Oh, yeah, or Ocean's 11.
Right, yeah. You're rooting for the people to steal the money.
Sure.
One that you're rooting for the person to stop the robbery is Die Hard.
I haven't seen it.
Right, actually, it is today.
So there's a lot of well-known movies, and it's not because I haven't wanted to see them. I just haven't seen them.
Yeah.
But I've seen enough little bits and pieces to chop it and make it a movie, exactly. Or know enough about it that Die Hard is it a Christmas movie or not kind of vibe. Which I would have said no.
We'll talk about that during Christmas because we have tons of time to talk about other movies. But Die Hard is a good one because Die Hard, you're waiting the Bruce Willis the entire time you're trying to so you're going to stop the people that are robbing the tower.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different heist movies and different styles of heists, whether it's jewels or gems or art or what have money.
Right. So I would say there's a lot of good heist movies out there. There's a lot of bad ones, but I think our biggest recommendations in terms of heist movies would be Ocean's 11,
Hell or High Water.
I would say Inception.
See, that's where I'm gonna disagree.
Okay, then let's talk about it.
Only because for me, it's not. I know that it's stealing, but it's not stealing to me. It's not heist.
So in this instance, right?
I'm comparing it though.
Okay,
heavily.
let's talk about Inception because I will talk about Inception till the day ends. But
sure.
Inception, the point of the movie, right, is that Cobb or Leo DiCaprio hires. I don't remember her name. Fine, whatever.
You mean Elliot Page?
Elliot Page. Sorry, I apologize. Elliot Page to plant an idea into someone else's mind, right? But the movie is acted very much like a heist, right? They hire certain people to get the job done that are specialized things to make this work, right? And then it's a lot of work to get it working at the end, right? If we talk about Ocean's 11, they hire 8 guys or the total 11 guys to then specialize all in different things to get something out of it.
Okay, so then is Tenet a heist?
No, because Tenet doesn't act that way.
Okay.
Right?
Because I liked Tenet, but I think maybe I'm dumbing down the heist, if you will, of Inception, because that's not the main focus of the movie for me.
So what's the main focus of the movie for you?
About the mind, memory kind of thing.
But the whole point of the whole reason about Inception is that they use the dreams to extract information, right? At the beginning of the movie, this isn't really a spoiler. The whole point, Cobb and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character Arthur are in Sato's mind, is to take information out of Sato's mind and sell that to competitors.
Okay,
right? But then things happen, and then the second part of the movie, after the beginning, is now they're taking an idea instead of taking something out of people's mind.
Right.
We have to perform essentially a heist, but instead of taking, we're putting in.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
To plant something into someone's mind, and then from there, things happen.
Yes.
And then,
So I just don't consider it a heist. I still don't.
that's fine, but it's wrong. It's a heist movie.
So I guarantee if you like searched it up, I feel like it wouldn't be a full yes. Like I get where you're coming from.
There's aspects of it that it isn't a traditional heist movie.
No, but I don't even think of it as a modern heist movie. I just don't think of it as a heist. And I can't get past that idea. I can't. I just, yeah, I really can't.
Right.
I know that he's stealing to that extent, but I don't consider it a heist.
Okay. But like a traditional heist movie, right? If we talk about the traditional heist movie, in any heist movie, even in Hell or High Water, right? People get hired to break into something and take it out, right? It does the traditional sense.
I think it's because they're breaking into someone's mind and taking an idea and planning it. Or whatever.
Right, but they instead of a mind, if you replace a mind with a building, the mind with a building, it's a heist. Right? Like if we...
I get it, but yeah.
All right, we can agree to disagree. It's definitely a heist movie.
I get 100% where you're coming from, but I'm like 70% agreeing with you on that.
It's fine, but it's
fine. That's fine.
All right,
well, it's the same as Paul Blart Mall Cop. I could say that's a heist.
But I agreed with you.
But that's a very small thing in the heist, in the movie.
But it's a very tiny, yeah, exactly. It's one portion of that entire movie.
Which I think is the same as Inception.
No, because Inception, the entire point of that movie is for that heist to happen. You can disagree with me you want, but that's the entire point of the movie.
Point of the episode or the show. But no, I just, yeah.
The entire point of the movie, or Inception, is to perform this heist. The only difference is that instead of taking something away, they're putting something in. That's the only difference.
Maybe that's why. It's because they're implanting something, not extracting something.
Yeah, but how many movies have we seen where someone plants evidence?
No, but I think that's maybe why. Maybe in my brain. A
heist should be taking
something away, not giving you something. It's like, here's a refund for your heist.
Yeah, but you're not putting in money. They're putting something that destroys something.
Yeah, I'm with you. I get it, bro. But like,
you're not though, because we disagree.
Right. Bro, no.
Whatever. but you're like, oh, I completely agree with you, but you don't.
I completely agree with your stance on it. I disagree with said stance because I keep thinking of it as expelling, not in like expelling something, not inserting something.
But that doesn't mean it's not a heist movie.
For me, it's not a heist. It's a thriller, a psychological thriller. Not a thriller, but a psychological
It's thrilling.
It's thrilling, but like it's not thriller like 1408 or something like that.
Okay, you're thinking of a horror.
No, it's not a horror.
1408?
It's a psychological thriller if you look at it.
Yeah, and I guarantee if I looked up the psychological thriller, Inception would probably come up.
Yeah, I probably would. I know.
So now you're disagreeing with the thriller. Yeah, first is the heist genre you want to attack, and now it's the thriller genre.
No, I like thrillers though.
I know you do, but Inception is a thriller.
No, it is a thriller. I'm like, it's not as thriller-esque. Like it's actiony. Like it's an psychological.
It's an action, but it's also thriller. Thriller just means that it's something that it keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Sure.
Okay, so why is Inception not a thriller?
No, I didn't say it wasn't. That's a whole other can of worms. I know.
He just gave up. It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know. I'm trying to think of any other movie that we can really recommend. Oh, yeah. The other one I was going to recommend is if you want something that's just comedy, don't expect like perfect, clean cut heist movie, Tower Heist. I say Tower Heist.
Or Great Muppet Caper.
That too.
Yeah, both of those are very comedic. I love the music edition and the Muppet. But any Muppet movie will have fun music, like Muppet Treasure Island too.
So yeah, guys, that's going to be our episode for today. I know it's a little bit shorter and sweet. Yeah, but I think there's not really so much more we can talk about on heist movies. I mean,
no, or in general though, like the only other thing I could mention when even the heist would be relating back to like Orler.
Go.
How like my best friend's wedding. I forgot to mention one other famous person. That movie it's Julia Roberts, Richard Gere, Rupert Everett, and Cameron Diaz.
Oh, is she the other woman?
She's that. I don't want to say other woman. Someone's engaged, and they like fall in love with the same story as with Young Werther. Cameron Diaz is the one who's engaged, and I think Julia Roberts falls in love with her. It's the other way around. Oh no, it's not. No, it's not.
Literally the same.
Literally the same thing. But it came out, I want to say, in like the mid 90s ish. The acting on that was very, very well done. But as soon as we were watching this movie, like I just kept getting vibes with my best friend's wedding. I haven't seen it in years. I remember watching it with my mom. And she had the same reaction how I do to Young Werther's ending, how she did to my best friend wedding's ending. Very much the same. It's like you'll never attain what you want.
Right.
Or like you'll never get what you want in that love aspect.
Fine, then I'll make a comment about Better Man because I still love that movie so much. In terms of the biopics, I was like going to say that this is, I think, one of the best biopics I think I've ever seen. Truthfully, the more that I think about
for
it,
sure.
I would say it's better than Rocket Man.
Way better. So on the 4 that we've mentioned, Complete Unknown, Better Man, Bohemian Rhapsody, and Rocket Man's my least favorite.
Yeah.
And I want to say for me,
yeah, it is going to be a tough.
So I would say Better Man, Complete Unknown, Bohemian Rhapsody, and Rocket Man for me.
Oh, I disagree.
That's fine. You can die on that hill.
Like, okay, so my thing is Bohemian Rhapsody, this movie, Better Man, and then A Complete Unknown. But that's like so weird because, so for me, it's weird because I love Bohemian Rhapsody. I think Bohemian Rhapsody is the best musical biopic I've ever seen.
It was fantastic, but I liked this one.
That's right. I still think it's the best musical biopic I've ever seen. Then
Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Better Man, because I've never had this much emotion for a musical person that I don't know anything about.
Yeah.
Right? It's just
weepy.
Right. I bawled at the end. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I brought Kleenex too. And
then we used the ball. Pretty much. Anyway, and then A Complete Unknown is also phenomenal. I'm not saying it isn't. I just know Bob Dylan a little bit more than Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
Truthfully, it's like all the top 3 movies, and then Rocket Man's like down here. Like there's a much bigger gap between 3 and 4 than there is between 1, 2, 3.
That's why I was so torn, because I agree with you. Like Rami Malek as Freddie Mercury is so unbelievable. Like, it's impeccable, and I'm glad he won the Oscar for good reason.
100%, he deserved it.
Yeah, and he was dating the wife in the movie for a while too.
I can't remember his name.
I don't even.
But
sorry.
Yeah, no, I honestly do think it's, for me personally, it's Bohemian Rhapsody, Better Man, than Bob Dylan. But again, 1, 2, 3 are so close.
That's why I'm like, I listed it, but I could easily change it on a dime to any of those 3, no problem.
I got 8.
Those are the only biopics that I think offhand I've seen.
Those are the only biopics in the last 5 years that me and Cheyenne really, really care, or like last 10 years, let's say,
that I've seen.
That we really, really, really cared about.
Because I can't think of any other. I'm just waiting for the Michael Jackson one this year.
Oh yeah, that'll be the decider. If Michael Jackson's good,
that'll be number 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, truthfully, if Michael is good, Cheyenne is immediately putting that top list.
Anyway, we're going on a bit of a tangent now.
That's okay. We're talking about the movies we saw this week.
Oh, I know.
So it's not really a tangent.
No, a nice tangent.
Tangents are good for podcasts, guys. We need to fill in space.
Happy tangent. A handjet.
That's not a handjet. Doesn't sound right at all.
Nope.
No. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to episode number 3 of the A-List Admission.
Yeah.
If you liked it a lot, comment below. Tell us what you think. If you hate our audio, great. If you hate how we're dressed, great. Just let us know.
Yeah, like it. Thumbs it up. Leave us comments. And then follow us on all social media platforms. We have them all. It's at the A-List Admission. And then what is the YouTube one?
It's the _A-List Admission.
Right. For the time being.
But I mean, if you look up the A-List Admission on anything, it'll come up. Like on our TikTok, it's the same way.
Instagram, Threads, X, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, you name it.
Yeah.
I was going to say something else and I can't remember now. Anyway. Doesn't matter.
We appreciate all the time that you take to listen to us.
And please share with all your friends and family. We're trying to build this thing, right? So try to get.
Yeah, but it's a passion project for us. It's something we love to do because we love movies. Again, we appreciate your patience with us still finagling all this audio shit. And the lighting I like. The lighting's fun. It matches our 3D glasses and the logo and all that.
Like, and I mean, guys, so this is always going to be a work in progress kind of thing. Like I think I said this last episode. This episode is going to be, I hope, hopefully better than the last episode, which is going to be better than the episode before that.
So again, work in progress. We appreciate you.
Yes,
sticking along.
But yes, come visit us every Tuesday. That's the plan. Tuesdays. If it becomes later, we'll let people know.
Free admission.
Yeah, but every Tuesday we'll upload a new episode. Please, if you liked us, share us with all your friends. Let us know, like us, favorite us, whatever you got to do. Subscribe, especially. I know people are watching the video on Spotify as well. But you can watch the video on YouTube.
Yeah, leave some love, leave some hate. As long as you're leaving something,
right? Please, thank you for everyone that has watched. Keep watching. I guess we'll see you at the movies.